In the 19th century, communication across long distances was slow and limited. People relied on the telegraph, written letters, and face-to-face interaction to convey important information. But one man's genius would change everything. That man was Alexander Graham Bell, a Scottish-born inventor and teacher of the deaf. But how did he go from studying the science of sound to creating the world's first telephone? Let's take a deeper look. Before the telephone, the telegraph was the dominant form of long-distance communication. However, it had one major flaw. It could only send messages in Morse code, dots and dashes, not words or sounds we can hear. Bell, who was fascinated by sound and speech, wanted to go beyond the telegraph. His work was inspired by his family's background in the hearing and speech sciences, particularly his mother's deafness. Bell's goal? To find a way to transmit human voice over a wire. Bell wasn't alone in his pursuit. He had many competitors, including Elisha Gray, who was working on similar ideas. But Bell's breakthrough came when he discovered how to convert sound vibrations into electrical signals. On March 10, 1876, Bell made history with a moment that would change the world forever. He spoke to his assistant Thomas Watson, saying, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." For the first time, human speech was transmitted through an electrical wire. Bell's telephone patent was granted on March 7, 1876, a milestone that would set off a series of legal battles, as other inventors, like Elisha Gray, claimed similar inventions. Despite the disputes, Bell's telephone quickly captured public attention. Soon, the telephone became an indispensable tool for communication. The first telephone exchange opened in New Haven, Connecticut in 1878, and in 1881, the first long-distance call was made between Boston and New York. The telephone revolutionized business, allowing companies to connect with clients and partners across vast distances. It also shrank the world for families, making it possible for them to stay in touch no matter how far apart they were. In the years that followed, the telephone grew from a novelty to a staple of daily life. Its impact was immense, shaping everything from personal relationships to international diplomacy. But Bell's invention didn't stop there. It was the foundation for a communication revolution that would continue into the 20th century with the development of rotary phones and eventually the mobile phones and internet connections we rely on today. From a single wire carrying a human voice to the global networks that connect billions, Bell's invention changed the way we communicate. Today, it's almost impossible to imagine a world without the telephone. But all of this began with one brilliant mind, driven by a simple desire to make the world smaller. The telephone didn't just change communication, it transformed society, economies, and the way we interact with one another. All thanks to Alexander Graham Bell and his vision for a connected world.